Let's go. Bro, anybody guarding this man, it's so difficult to guard this man. He's like 35 now. Okay, so what I would, me personally, if I was guarding Devante Adams. Now let me just give you my background. Okay, I'm a D1, former D1 track and field athlete. I'm faster than 99% of NFL wide receivers and DBs. Bet you, if I got to train, because I got to work a full-time job right now. So when I get to quit my job and I get to train full-time, 99% guarantee you I'm faster than 99% of NFL wide receivers and DBs. Okay, but I also played DB and wide receiver for 10 years, from when I was 6 to when I was 18. That's 10 years of experience. Okay, so legitimately I was taught by Ray Buchanan, former NFL, but also had some really great coaches. The Truitts in Atlanta, if you know the Truitts, Coach Truitt, Coach Mike, Coach Stan. So I had some really good coaches. St. Pius, the 10th Catholic High School, some really great coaches. So anyways, if you're gonna guard Devante Adams and any quick receiver who likes to, because every receiver likes to give you the wrong direction before they give you the direction that they're gonna go to, right? So if you're gonna guard an NFL wide receiver, the first thing you got to think about is not going the direction that they go to first. You have to think that bro's gonna give me misdirection. So if he gives me misdirection, I'm not gonna jump off of the first move that he gives me, only because I know it's gonna be misdirection. He's trying to get me off my spot so he can go the other way. So I gotta be cognizant of that, and I gotta understand that. So I usually, like, you know that you can be a great defender as a DB if you're a great defender in basketball, because basketball, you gotta be laterally quick. If you're a great defender in basketball and you can shut somebody down 1v1, then you know that you can do the same thing, at least as a slot corner, in football. Now, the speed thing you're going to have to work on, because a lot of people who laterally quick are not also straight line quick. Me, I'm different. I got both. And it's a God-given blessing. That's why I was able to go from 10 years of football to then starting track in high school and becoming a D1 athlete. So God has blessed me with that ability, but you got to use it in the right way. So, boom, if you're going to stop an athlete like Devante Adams, you cannot react off of the first move. Let him give you the first move. You wait for the second move. When I get the second move, I can then react off of that, because I know where he's going to go now. He's already given me the false step. If you think about a wide receiver doing a slant, if they're going to go this way, they give you 2 steps this way. That's how they teach you. And then they're going to go this way, because they want you to turn your hips this way so that it's harder for you to get to the ball when you break. Same thing here. Now, if I had to guess, this route is on the numbers. I think this is the left side of the field, right side of the field for him, but left side for the DB. So you got to think, I don't know the down and distance, but it's either he's going to come back for a slant or he's going to run some sort of like come back to the outside. It looks like they have a good bit of room. Either it's going to be he's going to try to come back for a slant, or it's going to be some sort of come back to the outside. If not, then I'm just wrong. Let's see. Oh, it's a fade. It's a go route. Boom. Too easy. Like I said, you can follow me at CEO Traceman on IG. I am live every week at Marvelous Traceman on Kick and on Twitch. And you can find me on social media at Marvelous Traceman on YouTube, on TikTok. Right? So, here we go. Okay, boom. George Pickens. Alright, he's way wide. So either he's going to run a slant or it's a go route. This being this wide, unless they're to the boundary, it could also be a comeback route to the outside. He sees that the DB's playing off of him. All this space is easy for a slant. Okay, I was right. It's too much space. George Pickens is like one of the fastest and most athletic and like literally gifted wide receivers. So you can't give him 5 yards of space and expect to make it to this in breaking route. You know what I'm saying? You see he's lined up wide anyways. So, and they're gonna run a rub off of him too. Like they motioned him off a rub. Yeah, it's too easy. It's too easy. Alright, so look. I like the DB stance, not on your heels. If you're gonna jam them, it better be a one-hand jam. They're to the boundary, so it's either gonna be like a go route or a comeback. I don't think that they would run a slant going back into the field. They could though. It's either a slant, go route, or a comeback. Could be a quick out, but I don't think so. Slant. Okay, there you go. What did I say though? What did I say before? You gotta react off of the second move, because the wide receiver wants to get you off your spot. Now he did do a good job of one hand jamming, but the receiver got him to go where he wanted to go. So look, the receiver's automatically going outside, right? He's trying to get him off his spot. Now his hips are turned, bro's dancing and going this way, and it's over with. He recovers pretty well, but you know, you down in distance and splits. Down in distance and splits. 99. It'll give away a good 50% of the routes. After that, you just gotta be in your bag enough to understand what's going on. Again, this is an out route now. I should have said something before, but they're to the boundary, right? So it's either a go route or an out route. Could be a slant, but if he's ran this far up the field, the slant is gone, right? So you can cross that off the list as he's running. But there's the out. I think Christian Watson is really fast too, so I think that's why he's probably playing off of him. Okay, boom. One of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the league right now, Smith-Njigba. Like the DB stance, not on his heels. If he's going to jam, it's got to be a one-hand jam. If you don't get hands on this man, it's over with. They're to the boundary. It's either a go route or a comeback. Could be a slant. So let's say slant, go route, comeback. If he releases to the outside, it's not a slant anymore, right? Slant. Freaking crazy, right? Now I promise y'all, I don't watch this beforehand. I wait. I've literally been waiting to watch this so that I can predict it in front of you, and then also just show you that it is not. If you do your studying, you get film and you do your studying, on top of the fact that if you as a DB are about your craft, you can stop a lot of these routes. You just got to understand what the wide receiver is trying to get you to do, because they need you out of the way. So if you can understand what a wide receiver has to do to get you out of the way, you can understand how to stay in the way. You check. And this wasn't even like a huge. Okay. I think they're to the boundary because he's like he's by the Cowboys. So yeah, they're to the boundary. It's either a slant or a fade. At this point, you're by the end zone. It's slant or fade. This is actually one of my favorite DBs, Adoree Jackson. I really wish that Adoree would be able to play on offense, because Adoree, when he was in high school, his high school highlights is crazy. He should be playing on offense and defense. He should be like Travis Hunter. I think that only at DB, he's a great DB, but I think that they're not utilizing half of his talent, unfortunately. Anyways, now his stance is like he's going to jam him, so I hope he's going to one-hand jam. At this point, you're in the end zone, you got to get hands on him. If you don't, it's going to be. So I'm thinking this is going to be it's either a quick out or a fade or a slant. Quick out, fade, or slant. Out is a quick out. It's a quick out. It's just so fast, man. Like, it's just difficult as a DB. It's just really difficult to, and that's the other thing, is he didn't get hands on him. So Adoree knows if he's going to be this close to him, it's like he fake jammed. He fake jammed and stepped back instead of putting his right hand on the left shoulder of Pickens. If he's gonna be that close, you might as well touch him, right? Quick out is over with. You know, Adoree' one of the fastest DBs, and even for him, quick out is over with. Alright, they're to the boundary. It's a huge gap that he's given. So I'm thinking it's either a slant or a go or a comeback. Because I don't think that he's gonna run an out route where the DB is like 7 yards off. So when I used to play off, I used to play off in man coverage because I was scared to get beat deep. So even though we were supposed to be playing like cover 2 man and I was supposed to get hands on the receiver, I wouldn't, because I knew I was fast enough to make a play on the ball, and I could anticipate, knowing that I can play like kind of like underneath. But in the NFL, I think it's just a little different. Comeback. Ooh, see, that was a nice route. Double move. See, and it's difficult for a double move when you're playing off. You're already thinking that you're gonna bite on the slant or the stop because you're off. So you're in a bad position already. And then when he double moves it, it's like you gotta make contact or do something because this is over with. He got back in time though. So this, I think I already seen this. This catch is crazy. Like he just running. He just ran right past him. And then the fact that he got his hands out. Can we go back? The fact that he got his hands, look how fast his hands come up at the end, bro. That picture is crazy. I want to watch this all over again. Like, he's wide open, bruh, grabbing on his hand. He runs right by him. If the pass was thrown ahead, he's just gonna run into the end zone. Pass is not thrown ahead. I think this part of the, why AJ Brown is so upset. But I love how Devante doesn't ever complain. He never complains. He just does what he's supposed to do. But watch this. This crap here is crazy. His hands had to be so fast. The ball only touches his hands, not his jersey, not his helmet. It's literally a hand catch, moonwalking backwards, and he knows he's gonna hit the ground. Still makes the catch. That's the craziest catch that I've seen. Seriously. Alright, he's to the boundary. It's either a slant, a go, or a comeback. Alright, we can cross off the slant, right? Right here, I'm crossing off the slant. It's a go now. Oh, it's a comeback. See, now that was a good route. Because at this point, as a DB, I'm thinking the same thing as Lassiter. I'm thinking he didn't stop at the sticks. So I'm thinking it's a go route. He's still running. And then bro just stops out of nowhere. It's just a good route. It's a fire route.